For the first time in Nevada, there was early voting this week. More than 77,000 people showed up to cast paper ballots. More than half first-time voters. Those ballots will be added to the caucus voters tomorrow. Nevada's Democrats hoping to avoid the chaos that unfolded in Iowa. The party here deploying what it calls a caucus calculator, with volunteers using iPads and a Google-based software to count the votes tomorrow. Not on any ballot here, Mike Bloomberg, the billionaire trying to regroup after taking a bruising in Wednesday's contentious Las Vegas debate. The former New York mayor suggesting the onstage fighting only helped the president.
So how was your night last night? Look, the real winner in the debate last night was Donald Trump.
Overnight, Elizabeth Warren ramping up her attack on Bloomberg over his alleged history of sexist remarks, again calling on him to release women from non-disclosure agreements.
I used to teach contract law, and I thought I would make this easy. I wrote up a release and covenant not to sue, and all that Mayor Bloomberg has to do is download it, I'll text it, and then the women or men will be free to speak and tell their own stories.
But with Bloomberg spending $7 million a day on political ads and Bernie Sanders leading several national polls, the other candidates are hoping to slow their momentum before Super Tuesday in less than 2 weeks when 14 states vote. The top prize, California, with 416 delegates. A new Monmouth University poll showing Bernie Sanders with a big advantage in the state, and Joe Biden no longer the frontrunner, perhaps with the most to prove.
Here in Nevada, it's a caucus. We've seen what happened in Iowa. How confident are you that they can do it better?
Well, I'm not. I'm hoping they can do it better. But for example, there's been a lot of early voting. People waiting in lines, I'm told, up to 4 hours in some cases to vote. And you walk in, I don't think people know how it works.